Yo, what is up, YouTube? So today I wanted to talk about the February 2026 release schedule, all the events that are coming up, all the new banners. Just give a brief overview of all of them. We're not going to spend too much time on them. We are going to have videos for pretty much most of these events, kind of breaking down into detail exactly what to look forward to. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if this was helpful to you at all, and use code MAMBO for 10% off your gamer subs. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So first thing, Pretty Derby Scout and new support cards. So Smart Falcon is obviously not a new Umamusume, so this might seem a little confusing to people. And also the fact that you have new support cards. I think they're gonna have a banner of their own, chat. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, they have a banner of their own. And it's gonna be released simultaneously with this special character banner. So what is this character banner all about? This character banner is going to feature pretty much every Umamusume, every raid up Umamusume that was released since the launch of the game. And you might be wondering, like, what's the purpose of this? I roll on any banner, I have a chance to get it. Well, everyone has an equal chance, for one. And for two, when you do 200 pulls in this banner, you will be able to redeem any one of these Umamusume, right? So if you're missing any Umamusume, theoretically, this is a good banner to roll for in order to basically complete your collection or just seek out a particular Umamusume. But the problem with that is that we are going to be getting an in-game item that doesn't, like, that lets you pretty much do the same thing. Enter the first anniversary 3-star voucher. We're going to get this during March when the first anniversary events will happen. So the 3-star voucher is paid. It's probably going to be around $20 US in order to get this. And the SSR voucher is going to be free. The eligible sort of Umas for that, the 3-star voucher that is pretty much every Uma that's released since the game's launch up to now. TM Opera O, Haru Urara, New Year's Now, right? Same thing with the support card, the SSR. It's every support card that has released up until now, including the Machikane Fukukitaru sort of speed card, right? So you'll be able to get the SSR voucher for free, redeem any one of the cards that you're kind of missing or maybe limit break for it. And the 3-star voucher, every Umamusume that has been released since launch up until now can be redeemed, okay? So, like, I guess if you're looking to complete or get another Umamusume, because you can only buy one of these vouchers. If you're looking to get another one, this is a helpful banner for that, but just be aware it's going to cost you around 200 pulls. Moving on, let's talk about the support cards that are coming with that big mega character banner, and that's going to be featuring the Anshinzawa and the Tamamo Cross cards. Now, these cards, there's not too much to talk about, okay? Sasami Anshinzawa is the horse acupuncturist, and by just looking at how many effects that she applies, there's not that many. On top of that, they're bad. Like, the skills that she gives you is Wallflower, Corner Recovery, Running Idle. I don't even know if, like, she gives you the skills or the skill hints, but it's kind of funny how bad this card is. She's kind of like a troll card. So if you were interested in making, like, troll runs or troll Umamusume, I guess you can try and run this card and roll for it, but it's she's a pretty bad card. She's not a very good friend, okay? Long story short. But besides that, you do have Tamamo Cross. This is a Guts card. Now, pretty much, like, you're never gonna run these banners just to get or max limit break in Guts card, but this is a Guts card and there's no race bonus. Long story short, she's not very good. You have 1.5 mil. You have Late Searcher Corners and Page Chaser Corners. She's okay. She's Tamamo Cross. She gives, like, Tamamo Cross like skills. She's just not that great of a card. Moving on, the New Beginnings Part 2. I'm not exactly sure what this is, and I can't really find the page for this on Game Tora. From what I understand, I think it's a event with maybe the half TP or the Hot Springs ticket, right? I think that's what this is, or some sort of modifier to the career. So, not too sure. If there is something important, I'll make sure to make a video covering it. The next thing is the Champions Meeting Capricorn Cup. I already have a guide on this on my YouTube, if my editor can put, like, an image of a thumbnail. But yes, I already have a guide for this champions meeting already on the YouTube. It's going to be on Chukyo Turf 1200 meter. It's basically the Takamatsu no Miya Kinen, and it's a sprint. It's going to be left-handed winter soft, and it's going to be Capricorn Cup. These are the green skills, and this is the track. Again, I have a guide on it. Check out my YouTube. Besides that, what else do we got? Well, we have the Sakura C and the rerun banner of Tazuna and Riko Kashimoto. So if we take a look at those, what is up with that? So Sakura C is I'm pretty sure she's a medium, I was going to say long, but I guess a mile and a medium track Umamusume. We got 10% speed, 10% guts, 10% wit. Actually, looking at this, ambition to surpass the Sakura, she says, increase velocity with blossoming ambition when well positioned and close to the runner ahead with 300 meter or less remaining. So it's a pretty good skill to kind of overtake at the very end, right? Suited to her pace chaser sort of strategy. She wants to be in the top 4, less than 300 meters, right? And someone else has to be in front, and she can try and overtake them. Not bad at all, especially for these type of distances, mile and medium. It's just a sort of, how would you say it? A triumphant pulse, but not as easy to pull off, I believe. Let's see over here. If we compare it to Triumphant Pulse, let's take a look. You have to be like top 5, remaining 2. Yeah, it's just like a slightly harder condition because you actually need someone in front of you in order to do it. We have Spring Runner, Prepared to Pass, Medium Corners. So she's a pretty decent pace chaser runner. And we also have Spring Spectacle, which is 60 power, 60 speed, which is interesting. But other than that, she's okay. You know, not too much to talk about. She's not a must-have for like a parent. And if you realize Sakura C I suggest it. Classic, good Oshi pick. Okay, say the line. Next on moving, we have not recap. We have Riko Kashimoto, Tazuna. Not too much to say about this card. If you didn't like roll for her before, you definitely like maybe should. But it's kind of tough to say because like Tazuna herself is going to lose a lot of relevance when Make a New Track comes out. So having that card kind of compete is kind of interesting. But Riko Kashimoto, as long as you have Maximum Break rare version of her, I would never roll for this banner, okay? She's a good card for Unity Cup, but we're about to go into Make a New Track in about a month, so your mileage may vary. So Tazuna is just a card that is like fairly decent, but she's gonna lose a lot of relevance come Make a New Track. Moving on, we have the Valentine Mihono Bourbon, Valentine Eishin Flash, and SSR Guts Sakurabashi, SSR Guts Sakurabashi no, and SSR, I forget exactly, but Nishino Flower. Let's take a look at the Mihono Bourbon Valentine card. And this card, 10% speed, 10% stamina, 10% guts. Mihono Bourbon, in a nutshell, the Valentine card, or this Umamusume rather, is basically the best frontrunner for a good while. She has focus, she has fast-paced, she has frontrunner savvy, she has escape artist, groundwork, concentration, everything built on her kit. The only thing is, like, she doesn't really come with a lot of discounts for it, but with the hint books, I guess you could make it better. But yeah, she just kind of redefines what is a good frontrunner. For medium, you could do it for long, for mile, for turf, even for sprints. Like Mihono Bourbon can kind of go anywhere, right? This is a pretty good skill as well. It's going to happen during the mid race on a corner. You're going to be able to get a speed boost. Mihono Bourbon is just a good Umamusume. If you're interested in getting one of the best frontrunners, or if you like Mihono Bourbon, you could definitely get her. Is she a must pull? I guess like in the same vein as like Summer Marzensky was considered a must pull. Sure, like she's very meta, she's very strong, she's very applicable to different tracks. So definitely Mihono Bourbon is a very, very good Umamusume. Moving on, you have Eishin Flash Valentine. 8% stamina, 8% power, 14% wit, medium long, sort of late surger. That's essentially what she wants to be. She's going to get a good speed boost after passing 3 people on the final straight. So think Beyond, or Behold, the Emperor's Divine Might. So simply Rudolph's unique skill. Very similar to that. But it's just a harder condition. It's a speed skill. Besides that, though, we have Position Pilfer, Medium Straightaways, Dominator, Late Searcher Corners, and Flash Forward. Flash Forward, I would not say is a very good skill. It's like an upgraded version of Medium Straightaways Double Circle. But besides that, up to that, you have like really solid Late Surger, medium distance track skills. And so she's a very good, pretty decent runner. She just needs to solve her acceleration, right? And once you have that, you have a pretty solid Late Surger, medium distance racer. Okay, good Oshi pick. Other words. Sakura no, the Guts card. Not too much to say here. It's a weird one. When the bond gauge is 80 or higher, and this card is in a facility different from its type, gain increased training 20. So this is 20% increased training effectiveness. When she's roaming, right? She's a roaming Guts card. So it's very interesting. She has really good skills, straightaways, corners. You have a huge lead. You have sprinting gear, countermeasure, very good for this Capricorn CM. Unfortunately, not going to be released in time, but also has groundwork, high spirits. Like, she has like really good sprint distance skills. She has guaranteed groundwork, by the way. It's absolutely like almost guaranteed as long as you hit the first chain. She has a lot of utility. She has some pretty decent stat stick sort of effectiveness. However, she is a Guts card, and on Make a New Track, you do want this race bonus to be a little higher than just 5 for sure, but maximum break it becomes 10. Definitely just competes a lot with the other Guts cards, and you're not going to fit more than maybe 2 or 3 Guts cards, which are already kind of solved or like really good with the cards that we already have. So very interesting card. Definitely can run it. Definitely has some good utility, but is not a must pull by any means, and very niche in its sort of utility. Moving on, you have Nishino Flower. This is an SSR Wit card, and this is a pretty good Wit card for Pace Chasers. You have corners, firm condition, standard distance. You have Determined Descent, gold version of a downhill acceleration skill. Okay, and that's pretty good. You also have pretty decent events that give you good stuff. She has a very unique effect, which says gain Wit bonus 3 when the bond gauge is full. And that's incredible for a Wit card. So for Pace Chasers, I would say this is definitely like a cool card to borrow. She's definitely like not too much of a parent card or anything. She's just like another Wit card in your Unity deck, right? To add for Pace Chasers. And for that, I wouldn't say that doesn't really make her a must pull, especially because unlike Nice Nature, she doesn't really provide like a key acceleration that works on all tracks. Determined Descent only works when downhill is for the acceleration, right? So she's like a pretty easy skip, though definitely something to consider when you're borrowing a Wit card for your Pace Chasers. Moving on, we have the story event, the Peak of Confection, which I guess over here is still Patisserie Grandeur, whatever. This is a story event. Not much else really to say. It's just play career mode, gain all these points, right? And you'll get 3 Rainbow Shard Crystals, which will, like, if you've been keeping up with all the events and doing all the things, this will be your 20th, which means you can redeem it for a Rainbow Uncapped Crystal, which means you should be able to limit break one of your SSR cards. So just give you a heads up for that. This is something to kind of look forward to. Pretty cool. But the key thing to talk about with these story events is the SSR cards that it gives you. The free one, which is the Tosin Jordan card, the Tosin Jordan Speed SSR. And long story short about the Tosin Jordan Speed SSR, it's that it's pretty good. Like, for a free-to-play speed card that everyone is going to get and everyone can farm, it's pretty decent. You have Specialty Priority 50, 20% Friendship bonus. You have 10% Training Effectiveness, okay? Which is very comparable to like the other really good speed card that we have, which is Silent Suzuka. For free-to-play, these are pretty good speed cards, okay? Like, absolute free-to-play. Silent Suzuka is pretty comparable to Tosin Jordan. They're both fairly good speed cards for a deck that, or a player that just doesn't have that many speed cards. Obviously, Maximum Break SR cards are more often than not, like Sweep Tosho, for instance, or Shinko Windy will outperform these cards, especially in terms of like race bonus and having like initial friendship. But it's something to consider. And definitely if you're just starting out as a new player, definitely you want to grind this card. Moving on, what else do we got? We have the Mejiro Ardan and the last two cards here that we're going to talk about, featuring Agnes Digital and Ines Fujin. So, Mejiro Ardan. This Umamusume is famous for her glass legs. She sustained, I think she sustained a lot of injuries and basically had to take a lot of breaks from racing during her career. So Mejiro Ardan is kind of, she's a really pretty Umamusume. 10% speed, 20% wit. And the story of Mejiro Ardan does have an effect on her gameplay. And one thing that some people will point out and sort of note is that she has events that are kind of difficult to do, like, that makes her run a little more difficult. After the debut Evening Rift, she gets Legs of Glass status, which basically makes it so that if she's doing consecutive races, that's going to tire her out. She's going to lose energy. This is going to be an issue like for every career, except the upcoming one, the upcoming scenario, Make a New Track. Thankfully, because Make a New Track does require you to race a lot of times consecutively as well. In Make a New Track, secret events are just not going to happen, okay? So this has a lot of implications for a lot of Umamusume, but just specifically for Mejiro Ardan, this bad event, getting Legs of Glass, it's just not going to happen. None of these are going to happen. So just keep that in mind when pulling for Mejiro Ardan. Definitely for Make a New Track, she's definitely a lot more viable and easier to train. Medium, turf, pace chaser, right? So her unique skill, a lifelong dream, a moment's flight, seize the moment when close to the runner behind on the final straight. Slightly consuming endurance to greatly increase velocity for a moderate duration. Very good skill, I'd say. It's a greatly speed boost for very little stamina drain, and this occurs on the last straight. And basically, it's going to be used when someone is kind of chasing her, when someone is really close to overtaking her. She's going to activate this greatly speed boost and just kind of zoom away, which I think is a pretty nice defensive skill for sure. She's going to have left-handed. She's going to have All I've Got. Pace Chaser Corners, Race Planner inherently, making her pretty nice to build on like longer medium distance tracks and long distance tracks for sure. And she also has Soft Step, which is another heal. So she's a very solid Oshi pick, right? She's a very solid Oshi Umamusume. She's not the best racer, and she's kind of more somewhat of a tragic figure, kind of. Like she's I would say like her story is one of her bigger selling points, I'd say, right? So if you're interested in this Umamusume based off her Legs of Glass, I would definitely consider it. She's an Oshi. For you, definitely consider it. If you're looking for like meta racer or meta parent, definitely just not really the Umamusume for that. Moving on, Agnes Digital type SSR. It's a power card, and not really like, it's a power card, so it's not my favorite. But like her unique effect also kind of seals the deal. If there are at least 5 different types of support cards in your deck, gain increased training 15. That means you're kind of making a rainbow deck. Right now, we have like friend cards, and I don't think we have group cards. So basically, the last type has to be like stamina or guts, one of the two, and it's just not very good. She's kind of a troll card. You have Uma Stan, you have Mile straightaways, Late Searcher straightaways, you have Lead the Charge, which is only applicable on dirt and seems bad, but actually it does give you a lot of acceleration on dirt. So if you were looking to build like a dirt Umamusume, sure. You also get Uma Stan possibly as well. It's not guaranteed. If you're looking to build a dirt Umamusume, I guess this card's good. This card's a must pull if you really want to build the best dirt Umamusume, but that's not typically the case. Moving on, you have Ines Fujin SR Wit card, and not too much to say for this card, except that it's a pretty decent Wit card for frontrunners. You have Moxie, you have Playtime's Over, you have Slipstream if you want it. Speed Eater is really good for Mile, I would say. You also have Final Push, a key acceleration skill for frontrunners. Fast Pace is good. Medium straightaways is pretty decent. Ines Fujin is a good wit card for frontrunners. She does kind of compete for that slot with Mihono Bourbon, but she's solid, and she's a solid wit card all around, even not for just frontrunners. Anyway, that was a mouthful. That was the February schedule. If that was helpful to you, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Use code MAMA for 10% off your gamer subs. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.